Peter King begins football morning in America with a look at how one of the brand new quarterbacks, Daniel Jones, gave his team a fresh look at its future. Available now at ProFootballTalk.com. All right, Sunday superlatives for week 3. Plenty of great things to talk about coming out of the third Sunday of the season. Go.
Well, I guess my first superlative, I want to go like building a team or claymation, something that way. I don't know. I'm not that smart to figure out what I want to say here. You know, I'm trying to say they're building something special, okay? And this has to do with 2 teams in the NFC North.
No, you can't take 2 teams.
I'm taking 2. Deal with it. There's nothing you can do. What are you going to do? Okay? Okay? You going to put me in a headlock? No? Okay, here we go. 2 teams. One of which is your Minnesota Vikings.
Don't take mine. Do the other one. Give me the Vikings.
I'm taking them both. You're not taking any credit for them. You want to crap on Kirk Cousins. I'm not going to let you right now, okay?
Go ahead.
But I do want to give credit to the teams that are being built, the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers, okay? I think they're just we got to talk about what they're doing right now.
Focus on the Packers,
Okay,
please.
fine. I will. Okay, fine. You can. All right. So this is what I like, though, so far. Here we are. I'm drooling on my mic. Is the Packers 3-0. And we really haven't seen the offensive output that we want to see yet from the Green Bay Packers as far as Aaron Rodgers, air show, it's 350 yards. No, I don't think that's what it's going to be. But I think that's what's scary is that their offense is not even clicking yet as far as all cylinders, but they're running the football. They're playing tough defense. And it's only a matter of time before Rodgers and the offense come along to where I think they're synchronized and really kind of hitting on all cylinders. But this is like as dangerous as I've seen the Packers in a number of years. Because, again, even though the offense isn't pretty and special, I go, it's as dangerous as it's ever been because they're not worried about, 4 yards here, 5 yards here. Aaron's going to just try to nickel and dime you and find ways to make, throw the ball and move the ball down the field. They're looking to run the ball, smash you, and then take big shots down the field. And that's where they're more dangerous. And all the other stuff is only a matter of time before it comes along. And I just say watch out for Green Bay right now, which I want to say watch out for your Minnesota Vikings too, but go ahead.
But the schedule has lined up favorably for the Packers. You get a lot of these home games. You build your confidence. Your offense gets better. And then when you have the tougher games coming up later in the year, you are hitting on all cylinders as opposed to being thrown into the buzzsaw early when you're not ready for it and ended up 1-3 and having to fight and scratch and claw the rest of the way. So I'm with you on the Packers. They are moving in the right direction. And like I said during the TV segment we just did, those wins in September are money in the bank. The Vikings could have won in Green Bay last week. They're 2-1. My superlative, first one, it's the John Defillippo Award. Because, usually like you name something after somebody who has died, right? He's still alive, but he died as the Vikings offensive coordinator last year.
Right.
And I think the more that the Vikings coaching staff, specifically the offensive coaches, can be reminded of John Defillippo, the more likely they will be to do what they did yesterday, which is give the ball to the running backs, give the ball to Dalvin Cook. He is unstoppable. I don't want to say he's the best running back in the NFL right now.
He's up in the conversation,
but he's up there.
Mike. No doubt.
He's up there, right? And
he's a game changer.
He is man among boys. There was a play yesterday where he was toying with the defenders. And every time he has the ball, there is an explosion. There is a burst. There is a quality about Dalvin Cook that is unmatched currently by his opponents.
Yeah.
So just keep giving him the football.
Yeah, well, they're gonna.
Don't throw the ball 31 times. Like, here's what drove me crazy last week. I don't want to go back and rehash the Packers game, but when they're down 17-0, they run the ball and he pops a 75-yard touchdown.
Yeah, right.
And then when they're trying to just get that one last score, they're throwing the ball into the end zone into double coverage. Ride Dalvin Cook. 21 passes for Kirk Cousins yesterday. 10 in week 1.
Yeah.
31 in week 2. Let's go with less Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
More Dalvin Cook. More Alexander Madison, more Mike Boone. They've got 3 great running backs, and they're leaning on Cook, but if he needs a breather, go with the other 2 guys. If he gets injured, hopefully he won't, go with the other 2 guys. Keep doing what you're doing running the football and minimize the use of Kirk Cousins. And it's hard because you got a couple of great receivers you're trying to keep having. And I talked to Adam Thielen yesterday after the game, and he said, and you never know, are they just saying the right things? He said, I don't care. His production is way down through 3 games in comparison to last year. I don't care as long as we win. But it's got to be weird when, you're used to getting the ball so much, and now all of a sudden you're doing all that work to get open and you're not. Or you're blocking most of the time, but it's working. They're winning. As long as they're winning, then it's easy to get these guys
They're
to buy.
far more dangerous the way they're playing right now than they were last year with, oh, gosh, we put up some fake yards and points and it didn't really matter or whatever it may be, or whenever the game was in a tough situation, they couldn't move the ball. No, I mean, I think your point's right, Mike. They need to be around. The way they're built is for Kirk Cousins to throw the ball 20 to 25 times a game. When they throw it 31 times a game, that just tells you, oh, the run game's not working. They want to play Zimmer ball. That's what I think we got to start calling it. It's Zimmer ball. They want to run the ball. They're going to play defense, and they're going to take a shot or two down the field. And really, Mike, I think it's a positive for your Vikings. They don't have a third receiver or a good enough passing offense to be sexy that way. I mean, it's really remarkable, actually. We're sitting here in week 3 of the NFL, and I think if I ask most people who the third receiver is for the Minnesota Vikings, people would go, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Right? And who is it?
Chad Beebe.
Right. That's it. He's the only guy. He's the only guy we see out there kind of making a little bit of a nuance for himself in the passing game.
Put up posters of John Defillippo everywhere in the organization so they are constantly reminded what happens if you pass the ball too much. You get fired or you don't win games, and they'll win the more they keep doing what they did yesterday.
Who needs a franchise quarterback is my next superlative, okay? Who needs them, And that means talking about the Indianapolis Colts with Jacoby Brissett. Here he is, 2-1 after 3 weeks. Beat Matt Ryan and his $30 million a year. Oh, gosh, it's Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley coming to town. How are we going to keep up with them?
You think the Falcons would like a refund?
I don't know about a refund, but they're certainly not getting their total money's worth right now. Not just out of Matt Ryan, but a few people. I think that's fair to say. But the Indianapolis Colts, we talk about the cream of the crop in the AFC, right? And we go, okay, we know it's the Chiefs and the New England Patriots. I don't know how you feel, but I look at the Colts as being that next tier down where I say, watch out. I mean, what's not to like about the Colts? Jacoby Brissett's found his sea legs. He knows how to play quarterback in football. Every week it's been better and better. Yesterday was phenomenal. What was it? The first 16 passes of the day complete. 16 for 16. Stands in the pocket, makes big throws. They can run the football. They're good up front on defense. The only thing I worry about with this Colts team is their secondary. But regardless, the Colts, they're not going anywhere. This is a team that I think has showed us that they're able to weather the storm without Andrew Luck. Jacoby Brissett is capable of handling the reins, and he has been phenomenal so far. And congrats to the Colts for being 2-1.
This is the best Colts team they've had really since Tony Dungy was the coach.
Right.
But you just wonder how much better they'd be with Andrew Luck.
Yeah, sure.
But they're still pretty damn good without Andrew Luck, and they have turned the corner and moved on, and they're piling up the wins. Oh, and by the way, they have the Chiefs coming up on Sunday Night Football in a couple of weeks. And isn't it funny, when Andrew Luck retired, I looked at the schedule and I said, that's right in the window of that very early emergency flex. Maybe the NFL will decide to get that game out of there. Do not take that. No. That is going to be a great game coming up in just 13 days. All right. This is the winners win easily when they should win easily award. And it goes primarily to the Dallas Cowboys because they managed to cover and make us look smart. The Patriots failed to cover thanks to putting Jared Stidham in the game and throwing a pick six to Jamal Adams. But, with the Cowboys, I mean, it would be very easy to stub your toe against a crap team. You go home, you're 2-0, you're feeling good about yourself, and it's the Dolphins. They're not trying to win. We'll be fine. And it was a little dicey there early on.
Yeah.
But you just keep plugging away. You don't give up. You don't slump your shoulders. And the next thing you know, it's 31-6 or something like that, whatever the final score was. It was a blowout like it should have been. But that's when you are a great team and you are laying the foundation for a special season, there are games you should win easily, and you win easily when you should win easily. That's the mark of a great team. We've seen plenty of teams we thought we were great lose in a spot like that. The Cowboys, to their credit, found their focus, kept going, and won the game easily, even though it was ugly earlier.
Yeah, it was. It was ugly. I mean, they won easily, but it wasn't easy, I guess is the best way to say it. Because I do think early on they were a little too loose and aggressive and kind of trying to put on a show and put the Dolphins out of the game like in the second quarter of the game.
But that's my point. It can go either way.
You're right.
When you get in that spot, you can just like all of a sudden say,
we're down by 7 in the third quarter. Yeah. How is this going? Yeah. And they, even with that, you're right. The sloppy play and they're just not playing their best football. you never really felt like Miami had control of the football game. And then Miami, had some opportunities to make things very interesting, whether it was the drop touchdown pass down the right sideline or Kenyon Drake fumbling going in. But that's what bad teams do. And, you know, the good teams like the Dallas Cowboys, they're big, they're physical, they fly around, they hit you, and they just wore down that Miami's Dolphins team. And not only was Dak Prescott good, but to have 200-yard rushers, Zeke go for 125 and Pollard go for 103. Pretty impressive for that offensive line and that run game in general. What do we got? We got time for one more?
No, go ahead.
Good thing we have that guy award goes to Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans, okay? You know, I know we're sitting there getting ready for our pregame show on Sunday Night Football last night, and Deshaun Watson, I know, had a few bonehead plays, or especially one bonehead play where he threw the ball backwards in a lateral and set up the short field for the Chargers to get some points. But oh my gosh. I mean, Deshaun Watson, just some of the plays and throws he makes are truly phenomenal. I mean, the Houston Texans could be sitting here 0-3 right now. Instead, they're 2-1. And I'm just amazed at Deshaun Watson's ability to make big plays and big throws week after week after week. And yesterday, no run game to talk of, but he just, you know, whether it's buying time in the pocket or just making laser beam throws down the field, he was phenomenal. I'm excited. I don't even have a good grasp of what went on in that game because we're watching so much. But all I know is every time I looked up, Deshaun Watson was making a jaw-dropping type play, and he's just some phenomenal player.
Here's the thing about Deshaun Watson. Someone made this observation over the weekend, and it makes a lot of sense. We criticized the offensive line in Houston for getting Deshaun Watson killed. He holds on to the ball way too long. He does,
way too long.
Right?
Right.
And he's always trying, as you say, even when it's routine drive in the first quarter, he's acting like the game is on the line. You can't survive doing that all the time. There are times when you got to make your read faster, you got to get rid of the football, or you got to throw it away. You can't keep running around and subjecting yourself to potential injury. But, like you said, they're 2-1. And the Colts are 2-1. And it feels like, even though the Jaguars, we should not give up on them, it feels like the Colts and the Texans are starting to separate a little bit from the pack. And you said they could be 0-3. Well, there are 5 teams in the AFC that are 0-3. We're going to talk about the dregs of the American Football Conference when PFT Live continues right after this. You know what dregs are?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.